Hi, folks. Are the Democrats counting their chickens before they're hatched? Because I think they are. Democrats feel they've already won the 2026 election, and that makes me sick. It does. Overconfidence is a killer, right? You're just going to kill yourself because you think you've already won and you make all the same mistakes as you made in the past. I'm going to give you 5 good reasons why Democrats should not be overconfident and take this day by day and really put your all into it and how you're going to win the next election, right? It's a really important election. Don't count your chickens before you're hatched. Number 1, you do understand that the news cycle changes every day, right? President Trump makes sure of that. He understands that better than anyone. The news cycle changes every day, and you do not know what's coming up next. You just don't know. There's no way to even be really prepared for it, right? So thinking that things are going to remain the same is just an overconfidence that is ignorant, in my opinion. You're being freaking ignorant if you think that, right? I know what's happening in the news now with ICE and Iran and things like that, but next week, the week after, everything could change. And you have to understand that, all right? Overconfidence is a killer. Number 2, the Democrats are still on the wrong side of a lot of 80-20 issues. And I hear these progressive talking heads who think that all of a sudden these 80-20 issues have become in favor of them. It's really bizarre to me. I don't understand it. When you start talking about, as an example, biological men competing in women's sports, you're not going to win that battle. I can't believe some of the talking head morons, the economy's going to shit and you're worried about the trans people, blah, 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 right? People like, I don't know, that chick, her last name's Welch or something. I heard her talking about it the other day, but they all talk like that, right? Are you kidding me? That's how Trump won the last election. Listen, I don't know any Democrat with daughters, not one, who feel that biological men should be participating in women's sports, especially in high school and even in college. Right? So it's not even an 80-20 issue. It's a 99-1. You can go to the bank on that. It's a 99-1 issue. And I heard President Trump about 6 months ago in an interview talking about it, saying he's going to pull it out again when the election rolls around. So you could be damn well sure that he's got stuff in his back pocket that he's going to pull out when the election rolls around. If you think that these are issues that aren't still on the table, you're wrong. You're not right about them. The 80-20 issues are the 80-20 issues for a reason. You have to be on the right side of them. Don't be stupid, because if you're stupid, you're going to lose. Do you understand? You're going to lose. I don't care if you're young, old, in the middle, whatever. I don't care what generation you are. It's 80-20 issues are 80-20 issues. You still realize that almost 50% of the population classifies themselves as independent, right? That's the latest polls. So if you think that some of these issues aren't important, then I don't know what to tell you. The Democrats have 80-20 issues on their side. They do. You need to stick to those. If you stick to the 80-20 issues that you have on your side, then you have a much better chance of winning. Like, no one's real happy with ICE. No one's real happy with Donald Trump's optics on ICE, right? So stick to that. That's an 80-20 issue in the favor of Democrats, right? There's a lot of other issues that we can go over another time. The third issue is the Democrats go too far left. If you're going to go full-on Mondami and socialist, you're going to lose. There's only, 25, 30 seats up for grabs in Congress, and you have a couple seats in the Senate that you might be able to take back? Maybe. And there's some states with Democratic senators that are in jeopardy, like Georgia, for instance. If you go too far to the left, if you go too progressive, guys like me in the middle are not going to vote for the progressive. I'm not voting for a socialist. I'm just not. And I was watching Bill Maher talking to Adam Carolla the other day. And Bill Maher says the same thing, but Adam Carolla specifically, and this is said, people think I'm, a right-wing Trumper, MAGA guy. And he's like, but at the same time, I'm pro-choice, I'm pro-women's rights, not that religious. And he goes on and on and lists several things that make him more of a Democrat, or was a Democrat. But I think he feels the same way as me. If you go too far left, a guy like that isn't going to vote for you. You're not going to get the votes. You're not going to win. You're not going to win in some of these states that are purple, especially in Congress in the purple districts. You're just not. If you go too far left, you're going to lose, right? I guarantee it. Most of the population is not socialist, right? You can look in New York and say, oh, look at it. AOC's got a big following. There are certain things that the far left, there's certain things that people agree with. And I don't know if it's enough to carry the far left into winning major elections. I could give you one example. I don't think anybody agrees that there should be so many billionaires or billionaires should have that much money. People are having problem with the really wealthy billionaires and how so much money is concentrated into a small space. People do not like that. What we do about it is another situation altogether. How do you figure that out and take care of that is something that we need to think about in a practical, pragmatic situation. Overall, I don't think the socialists can win. I don't think the far left with their far left policies, the extreme woke policies can win elections in purple districts and purple states. I don't think they can. So anyway, that's number 3. Number 4 is what will the moderates do? Close to 50% in the latest polls of voting Americans consider themselves independent. Whether they're registered independent or not is another story. They poll and they consider themselves independent. How many of those people are you going to attract, right? How are you going to get the independence? There is no way to know right now how you're going to get the independence. Some of the things I just described are going to change. They're easily swung on different situations, seriously, depending on what's going on at the time, which leads me right into number 5, which is the economy, stupid. You have no telling what the economy is going to be like when election time rolls around. The economy seems to be heading in the right direction. Affordability is still going to remain the same. Nothing's really changing. And tariffs, Trump's tariffs are probably an 80-20 issue in favor of the Democrats. Tariffs are raising price and causing, in my opinion, a lot of the affordability crisis, or some of it. But New York and Mondami, they're not solving any affordability crisis right now. They're just going to make it worse. They're in a tough spot no matter what. Mondami really doesn't have the means or the brains to solve the affordability crisis in New York. I don't think anything's going to change, but things could change a lot in the country, right? Things could change a real lot in this country between now and the election time. So those are 5 reasons why, why the Democrats shouldn't be overconfident about winning this election. The point of me telling you this is you can't just be overconfident and think you're going to win. You got to be pragmatic about the way you approach these elections, looking at the districts that are purple districts and getting the right candidates that can win with the right positions, understanding what the right positions are, because so many of these freaking stupid left-wing talking head, moronic Democratic people think that DEI and woke bullshit is the way to win. If you think woke bullshit is the way to win these elections, you're wrong. It's not going to win. Being the woke bullshit will not win these elections. If all you have to say is white people are bad, Israel's bad, everybody sucks. If you're going to take on I don't want equality, I want to become the oppressor. I want to take the oppressor role from the oppressors now and make the current oppressors the oppressed. If that's the tone you're going to take, which a lot of people are, you're going to lose. I guarantee it.